People come and go so quickly here. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
The origin of America's gold reserves dates back to 1933, when President Franklin Delano Roosevelt outlawed the private ownership of gold by U.S. citizens in an effort to jumpstart the economy during the Great Depression.
In 1933, America nationalized its gold. In essence, it stole it from the American people.
Roosevelt realized that the only way in order to bring the country out of that depression was for the federal government to control the money.
Under the watchful eye of federal marshals, citizens were required to turn in their gold coins, bullion, and even gold paper certificates at the then current exchange rate of $20.67 per troy ounce. Failure to comply was punishable by heavy fines and up to 10 years in prison. Almost overnight, U.S. gold reserves swelled to 5,000 tons, melted into 368,000 uniform bars, each weighing 27.5 pounds. 1 year later, Roosevelt raised the new fixed price for U.S. gold to $35 an ounce.
Once he acquired all the gold in the country, he doubled its value. You can do that when you own it all.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road.
The Rothschild name is synonymous with wealth, finance, banking, and a tradition of collecting fine art and treasures. This tradition inspired the Australian branch of the N.M. Rothschild & Sons Bank to begin purchasing gold bars in 1993 of great historical and cultural significance. This became known as the Rothschild Collection, and now has over 1,000 items, which total over 7,400 ounces of pure gold. This collection was recently obtained by Degussa Gold Handel. This world-renowned precious metals company also has a collection of gold bars and pieces from the Roman Empire, late Middle Ages, and shipwrecked treasures. The Rothschild collection has gold bars ranging from the traditional cast investment bars to the fancy fine gold cards, which incorporate beautiful multicolored printed designs. Each type has variations in their manufacturer, design, and function. The traditional cast bar is made by pouring pure gold into molds. The weight is precisely controlled, and the manufacturer, purity, weight, and serial number are either stamped or engraved into the surface.
From the ornate, multi-chandeliered Donald J. Trump ballroom to gold-trimmed sitting and dining rooms. New focus tonight on the layout inside Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump's 20-acre expanse on South Ocean Boulevard in Palm Beach. A new inventory says federal investigators took 7 boxes of documents and other items from Donald Trump's office at Mar-a-Lago. Where would they have to go to find them?
Trump's office is right above this golden grand ballroom.
Those areas are private. They're accessible only to the family and then also the staff that keep it clean and that kind of thing.
The sheer opulence of the 114-room mansion is what stood out to people we spoke to who've been there and written about it.
It's not like Trump Plaza or Trump buildings in New York with his name splashed everywhere. It's just gold. It's gold, gold, gold.
It's Donald Trump's latest money-making scheme, gold sneakers.
That's the real deal.
The former president launched the Never Surrender high tops at SneakerCon in Philadelphia, and he got a mixed reception.
There's a lot of emotion in this room. Thank you.
This dude paid $9,000 for an autographed pair.
wonderful Wizard of Oz. You'll find he is a whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does.
Deutsche Volksgenossen und Genossinnen, das ist der Sinn des 1. Mai, der von nun ab durch die Jahrhunderte hindurch in Deutschland gefeiert werden soll, dass an ihm alle die Menschen, die im großen Redewerk unserer nationalen Arbeit tätig sind, zueinander finden und gegenseitig sich einmal im Jahre wieder die Hände reichen, in der Erkenntnis, dass nichts geschehen könnte, wenn nicht alle ihren Teil der Leistung und der Arbeit dabei vollbringen.
You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Das hier ist mein Sektor. Das hier ist das wichtigste Gerät des Küstenwächters. Das Gerät und das Gerät. Überlebensradar.
Mayday, Mayday. Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you... Over. We are sinking. We are sinking.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard.
We are sinking. We're sinking.
What are you thinking about?
Old customs never die, they don't even fade away. In the little village of Elstow in Bedfordshire, the May Queen arrives for her coronation as she has done for centuries. Only not this particular queen. This year it's Miss Ina Heathfield, crossing the smooth carpet of the village green in her flower-covered coach. And under the fluttering ribbons of the maypole, the people of Elstow do her honor.
May 1st, 2003, weeks after the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq and the fall of Saddam Hussein, President George W. Bush announces,
Major combat operations in Iraq have ended. In the Battle of Iraq, the United States and our allies have prevailed.
Bush speaks from the USS Abraham Lincoln after landing on the aircraft carrier in a Navy jet. But a mission accomplished banner displayed during his speech later becomes controversial as U.S. casualties in Iraq mount.
Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars.
Where the hell are we?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Flight 88, non-stop service to London.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Sir, your briefcase needs to go in the overhead compartment.
No. I need it.
Mark? Mark!
Ma'am, I'm the air marshal. Calm down. If your husband is gone, maybe he just went...
We've got a problem. A passenger might be missing.
On Flight 88.
Did you ever get a feeling like there was someone around you?
fear.
I should never have got on this plane. It's not safe here.
Is non-stop.
If I can have you please stay calm, keep your seat.
Control, this is Flight 88. Do you copy?
Michael Pare.
Mayday, Mayday.
Mayday.
Yeah, we'll be counting stars. Like a swinging vine, swing my heart across the line. In my face is flashing signs. Seek it out and ye shall find. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told.
She's still telling me what to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Were we rolling tape on that?
There you go. You got a brush?
Yes.
Just a one-finger victory salute.
I feel something so right, doing the wrong thing. And I feel something so wrong, doing the right thing. I could lie. Everything that kills me makes me feel alive. I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be.
When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee.
1960. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union shoots down an American U-2 spy plane over its territory. The Soviets capture the plane's pilot, Francis Gary Powers, holding him captive for nearly 2 years.
Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars.
1931. The Empire State Building is dedicated in New York. For the next 2 decades, the 102-story skyscraper is the world's tallest structure. 1941. Rosebud. Also in New York, Citizen Kane premieres. Orson Welles' first feature film remains an all-time movie masterpiece. And 1967.
Love me tender.
Rock and roll singer Elvis Presley marries Priscilla Beaulieu. They divorced 6 years later. Today in history, May 1st.
I feel your love and I feel it burn down this river every turn. Hope is our four-letter word. Make that money, watch it burn. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. And I feel something so wrong. We're doing the right thing. I could lie, could lie, could lie.
Hi there. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Wiccan holiday of Beltane or May Eve, located here on the Wheel of the Year. So Beltane marks the halfway point between the spring equinox and the summer solstice, and it's really a celebration all about the fertility and abundance of nature. And the most common practice that's used to celebrate Beltane is actually one that some people are still familiar with, and it's dancing around a maypole. So the maypole is meant to represent this fertility of nature, and the idea is that as you dance around the maypole with your ribbons, it's meant to symbolize the union of the god and the goddess. And this union of the god and the goddess is what brings about all life for spring. So really, Beltane is kind of, like I said, the halfway point between spring and summer, and it's basically the celebration of the continuing abundance of nature.
When the music begins, let go, and let the real guide you. And when it ends, know that you can trust it.
I'm gonna kill Rael. You're not getting a fight out of me. Thank you. I told you I was coming. Let's do this.
These eyes straight ahead, no fear, just blood and sweat. Everything that drowns me makes me wanna fly. I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Say no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Say no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars.
Where the hell are we?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Flight 88, non-stop service to London.
Control, FedEx 88, broadcasting in the flying. How do you read? Tahiti Control, FedEx 88, broadcasting in the flying. Buckle up, Chuck.
Then the Queen and her court move to the throne at the edge of the green, so that the maypole may once again become the center of revelry.
She left here at 10 to go to the parade, but she never got there.
We're knocking every door, rattle every perv until we find her.
She's supposed to be May Queen, but she didn't turn up.
What, you reckon she's been snatched?
What makes you think she's dead?
For her leave me.
She didn't want to be May Queen.
When did you ever talk to her?
There's something on your dad's computer he doesn't want me to see.
You want to search the woods.
Hattie! Is it Hattie's?
It's a May Queen crown. I saw Hattie.
She's a child, Malcolm.
You have no idea.
I've had your share. That's all the blood.
I need you on my side, Finn.
What have you done?
I want to know how Mum died.
I don't talk about it.
Have you ever been buried alive?
It's evil, good. Pure evil.
The rest of the world may march on, but Elstow prefers to stay behind, thank you very much. The spirit of Merry England still lives.
The May Queen goddess figure arises from behind the National Monument, this gorgeous monument we have in Edinburgh with giant pillars. She awakens from a slumber that she's been in right the way through winter.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
Like an airplane without wings. Are we back?
And decides actually it's time for summer to start.
Sacred Mother, Queen of May, Wild Lady of the Woods, Guardian of Love and Life, welcome to our circle. We women, powerful and sacred, declare upon this hallowed night,
Our heavenly bodies belong solely to us.
we shall choose whom to love and with whom to share trust. We shall walk upon this earth with grace and respect.
We'll always take pride in our great intellect.
We'll honor our emotions so our spirits may soar.
And should any man belittle us,
We'll show him the door!
We have been taught lies. Reality is not at all what we perceive it to be. We cannot survive any longer by hanging on to the falsehoods of the past. Reality must be discerned at all costs if we are to be a part of the future. Truth must prevail in all instances, no matter who it hurts or helps, if we are to continue to live upon this earth. At this point, what we want may no longer matter. It is what we must do to ensure our survival that counts. The old way is in the certain process of destruction, and a new world order is beating down the door. If we had done our job as citizens, we would never have reached this point.
Degrees, 50 yards from impact.
Officially running for President of the United States.
And the American man here was incredibly fast.
I am officially running.
And the American man here was incredibly fast. Clearing.
Earth, air, fire, water, water, air, 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 water, earth, air, fire, water, earth, air, fire.
It is better that you should rush upon this blade than enter the circle with fear in your heart. How do you enter?
With perfect love and perfect trust.
I'm Sophie.
I'm Tim.
For a young man passionate about music, there is no greater place to be than Mozart's.
And what's your instrument?
I'm a singer.
Show me what you got.
Quando sono solo soli all'orizzonte manca le parole.
Enough!
Where did you go last night? Do you believe me?
Do I believe that a clock in the school is a portal into Mozart's beloved masterpiece? No.
What are you doing back there? I have no idea where I am.
The young prince. Bring back my beloved daughter.
Are you ready, even at the peril of death?
Oh, I'm not sure about the whole peril of death part.
You should take a risk if you're going to figure out what it is you're missing.
I was sent here with Prince Tamino to rescue you. Buddha! Freeze!
This is Inside the Music. I'm Brian Lawrenson. The Magic Flute is not only an opera that tells the story of love and trials, there's also a deeper meaning. Mozart intended the work to be a dramatic representation of a person's initiation into Freemasonry. And to learn more about it, I went to the Masonic Center in Santa Monica and spoke with former Grand Master of Masons in California, Stephen Doan.
This is known as Mozart's Masonic opera, written in the last year of his life. And he did something that he knew his Masonic brothers would attend, and that non-Masons would come out of curiosity for what the Masons were about. And he thinly disguised a Masonic initiation ceremony in this opera. So as part of the Masonic initiation ceremony at the time, the candidate goes through these 4 elemental tests: earth, water, air, fire, to prove to the brethren that they have the right balance of these 4. And of course, we see these in the second act of the opera. Tamino's going through the initiatic process. And the first 2 are earth and air. And then he does fire and water subsequently.
So this opera is called The Magic Flute. I imagine there's quite a bit to unpack there.
Freemasonry is all about harmony. That's why geometry is the central symbol of Freemasonry, because geometry measures the harmony in the universe. There's a principle in theology, it's called hypostasis. We can never know the divine, we can only see the work of the divine. And because geometry measures the harmony in the universe, geometry therefore becomes the symbol of the creator of that harmony. That's the whole point of Freemasonry. That's really the whole point of this opera. And the magic flute convey this sense of harmony. The flute is magical because the 4 elements are in balance. It's made from wood from the earth. It was made on a rainy night when there was water, and also thunder and lightning, which is fire. But then, most importantly, it takes someone to apply the breath, somebody who has the wisdom to play the music on the flute that will return harmony.
You'd be glad to know that if we ever had an apocalypse, some people in Georgia know exactly what to do. There is a monument in Georgia known as the Georgia Guidestones. The structure is designed to withstand the apocalypse and be used as a guideline to rebuilding society. These guidestones are known as the American Stonehenge. They're made out of granite and they include 10 rules for the new age of reason. These rules demand for some drastic changes to the current ways that we lead our society. Among them are the following. Maintain humanity under 500 million people in perpetual balance with nature. Unite humanity with a living new language. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Be not a cancer on earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. They have it on there twice. I guess they really want to hit that point home. To this day, it is still completely unknown who wrote these rules to the New World Order. Research and speculations believe that these guidestones are somehow related to occult mystery schools and the Freemasons and Rosicrucians.
Most of us are completely ignorant as to even the most basic functions of our government. We have truly become a nation of sheep.
Our spirits are unbreakable, our imagination's free. Walk with us, goddess, so blessed are we.
To work one morning down the path alongside the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor half-frozen snake. His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Oh well, she cried, I'll take you in and I'll take care of you.
Ruby? Ruby? What's wrong? What is it? How I love being a woman.
Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, tender woman. The snake. Now she wrapped him up all cozy in a curvature of silk, and then laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk. Now she hurried home from her work that night as soon as she arrived. Now she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, tender woman.
Who are you? Never lost a case. Why? Why do you think? Because you're so good. Yeah? But why?
Because you're my father.
I'm a little more than that, Kevin. Awfully hot in that courtroom, wasn't it? What's the game plan, Kevin? Was a nice run, Kev. Had to close out someday. Oh, I have so many names. See, call me Dad.
You don't know anything about it.
Hey, I'm on your side. You're a liar. No, hey, Kevin, there's nothing out there for you. Stop deluding yourself.
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. I feel fine. Fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. The other night I tripped to knives, continental trip divide, Mount Sid in a line, Leonard Bernstein, Leonid Brezhnev, Lenny Bruce and Lester Banks, birthday party, cheesecake, jelly bean, symbiotic, patriotic, slam book net, right? Right. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. It's the time I have some time alone. It's the time I have some time alone. It's the time I have some time alone. And I feel fine. Fine. It's the time I have some time alone. It's the time I have some time alone. It's the time I have some time alone. And I feel fine. Nah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
A future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of Ernie's profound imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. It results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.